I thought it was named Tical, like Tical, like Tical, but it's Tikal.
Tikal.
As he says it. Welcome back to Asinine Radio, a weekly podcast where we talk about music, and, well, that's pretty much it. So, let's go!
This is Asinine Radio. This is the weekly music podcast where every week we get into a different band, different artist, and we break down one of their records. We get into the music, lyrics, how it was made, all that good shit. My name is Tyler. Way out there, hundreds of miles away, is Jeff. And while you're listening, go to Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Give us 5 stars and 5 stars only. Please, please, please go do that. All the social media is at Asinine Radio. Give us a follow. Hang out with us because we're pretty damn cool. So keep listening. Tell all your friends. And that's all I have for the boring intro. Let's get into the album. What are we doing this week, Jeff?
We are doing the Limp Bizkit and their album Significant Other.
Now, Jeff, what's your origin story with the Limp Bizkits? Go.
Yeah, so it was Faith. Faith was the first thing that I heard by them, and I was like, oh, this is really cool, because that song that teenage me thought was super dumb because it was George Michael. Like, who gives a fuck, right? But like this fucking more aggressive band did it. That's awesome. And then I remember listening to the $3 Bill Y'all, and I remember buying it from like that Columbia House record thing. But I never really played it that much. It was a little too new metal-y for me, a little too like aggressive in that realm. But Significant Other hit hard. Significant Other hit hard, and Significant Other is when I really started to love Limp Bizkit. And because of Significant Other is the reason why I like $3 Bill Y'all more now. Because I don't know, if they kept going with that sound, I mean, they obviously would not have been as successful as they are now in any way. But I don't know, I probably wouldn't have got more into them if they just kept with the $3 Bill Y'all sound.
I get it. I mean, Significant Other is way more pop based too. It's way more for the masses than the aggressiveness of $3 Bill.
Yeah.
But okay, so I mean, my origin story, from what I remember, let's just say that, from what I remember, was Nookie, seeing the video for that, and then shortly thereafter hearing Faith, because of the Family Values Tour '98, because of that CD, that comp CD, and Faith was on it, Counterfeit, and I believe Stalemate was on it as well. I can't remember what's the third song. Whatever. There were 3 Limp Bizkit songs on there. But really in the end, Nookie was my introduction to the band when that video came out, and I didn't really like it that much. But eventually, that song grew on me. Rearrange came out, and Together Now. I liked all that, but then it was really Break Stuff that solidified it. Like, hearing Break Stuff for that first time was incredible. I'm going to use that fucking word a lot. Incredible. It's my new word. It'll probably go on the no-no list sometime soon, because I'll annoy myself.
Sooner than later, probably.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, no, my origin story really is Nookie and this record, and then going back to $3 Bill. And then by the time Chocolate Starfish came out, I was obsessed with this band, and I had to have that CD when it came out. And I did. And I was obsessed with that record too. So there you go. We've been fans since almost the beginning, and we're not fans. We've always loved this band. We're not posers like most other people, because we love to gatekeep. So
it's true.
That's my origin story. That's kind of my initial thoughts on Significant Other. So I guess let's just jump into Break Stuff. Unless you got anything else you want to talk about? No.
I mean, there's so much to talk about. So just get into Break Stuff. So
Break Stuff, the 4th single from the record. We obviously already played it. I think this is the best. No, it's not the best. This or Leech, man. These two songs.
This is their best song.
Yeah, this is their best. Yeah, you're right. This is their best song. Hands down. This is my 1B.
It's my 1B.
It's got to be that. Like you mentioned on the rankings, it's just 2 notes, 2 riffs. That's it.
What are you doing?
That's all the song is.
What are you doing? How are you doing?
It's insane. He goes from the low to the high, and then that bridge, the high to the low. He just switches it and palm mutes it.
Little bend
that's the chorus. That's the chorus. I'm talking about that bridge, that build up, that rise. It's still those 2 fucking notes. He just mutes it and plays it the opposite way. It's insane, the simplicity of this song. Oh, I love it. I fucking love it.
This I actually wrote in my notes. This song is so incredibly simple. I said incredibly. That's funny. That's great. It's built around just being this very, very aggressive sound lyrically, musically, and it all leads up to that chorus. And the bridge like drops it back in, and it's everything is about the song is perfectly structured. It is a pop song, but it's so fucking it's the most aggressive pop song that has ever been created.
Yeah, it's so quotable. It's so over the top. Everything about the lyrics are so over the top. Oh my God. I don't, let's talk about the music a little bit more, and then we'll jump into the lyrics, because everything about I can't say one thing is better than the other, because they all really the riff, his vocals, and the lyrics just stand alone as equally the best part of the song.
It's so simple. Like even like the song's just about fucking being upset. There's nothing.
Having a bad day. Getting pushed too far.
That's it.
He's gonna break your fucking face tonight. You know. That's the crescendo. That's the biggest part of the song. When everything else stops and he says, "Break your fucking face tonight." And then you hear that one
hard
snare hit. It's that one snare hit back into the fucking chorus. It's insane. What were they thinking? What was going through their minds? Do you think do you think they thought, wow, dude, this is pretty fucking, this could change the fucking world? Do you think they felt that way? Because they had to have.
This really did. And like in our rankings of tier list too, it'll show how high Limp Bizkit is. Right behind
so important to the scene.
Dude, Limp Bizkit is the second most important thing that ever happened in nu metal.
The song, yeah. Oh, for sure, the song, yeah.
And it's just like I watched the Woodstock performance too, and I watched what was happening during that Woodstock thing, and not like the aftermath or whatever, because that was a whole different thing. And you can watch documentaries galore on that. But it was just like the way Fred just commanded that fucking crowd. You could tell he's a little bit shy. That's a big fucking crowd, man. Yeah, I don't even care like how many times you've done it. That's a big crowd. That's a crowd of just hormonal, just angry teenagers that are just probably drinking, that are probably high as fuck, and are just ready to break something. And the way that part dropped in, just a sea of people, hundreds of thousands of people just going up and down, bouncing up and fucking down. Not just like hundreds, not just thousands, not just tens of thousands. Honestly, like 100,000 fucking people. That's crazy. That's a fucking tiny city, dude. That's insane. We can't even like fathom. We can't even fathom how influential, how amazing, how historic that is.
It really is. But then when you think about it too, like imagine being on stage, it must not even seem real, because looking out on that sea of people, it's just so unreal. Like you're probably completely disconnected from your body. Like I guarantee you they probably like blacked out. They don't remember most of that show.
No, you can't focus on it. It's too overwhelming. I remember I attribute this to the first time that I saw the Grand Canyon. And I was with my grandparents at the time. And I remember seeing it, and I was kind of like, I was like 15, so I was old enough to appreciate it. But I was kind of like, what? Like this is it? Because it's so big that it looks fake. It really does. It looks fake. You look at it, it's so massive. It's miles upon miles. Like it's bizarre. It's bizarre how fake it looks. And I imagine that's similar. I went again with friend of the pod, Pat, to the Grand Canyon, and I kind of felt the same way again. I was like, dude, I don't understand why people like this. It's underwhelming, but it's because it's so overwhelming that it's underwhelming. It looks fucking fake. I'm telling you, it's so big. That has to be the same kind of feeling they get on stage. There's so many people that you can't pick out individuals anymore. It's just a sea. It just looks like one brush stroke of the same color.
It's fucking insane. I didn't have a chance to watch the whole performance, but I've of course seen clips and seen certain songs from that set. But yeah, I've definitely seen the break stuff set, the break stuff song from that set, and it was it's fucking nuts, man. It's fucking insane.
Break stuff like maybe like Freak on a Leash, dude, but break stuff is damn close to being like the best new metal song of all time.
Yeah, I mean, it's Freak on a Leash and Break Stuff are for sure the two most iconic new metal songs, hands down.
I think Freak on a Leash beats it out just because that tone is just like, okay, the fuck is this?
And it came out a year before too. I mean,
like nobody had ever heard. Even still to this day, like nobody fucking sounds like that.
And funnily enough, that wasn't even the first time that they were doing that kind of stuff. You know, there are moments on their second record where he's doing that kind of shit with his voice. You know, and the songs are weird and quirky, but it was just Freak on a Leash for whatever reason just took off that year.
I mean, that's a whole different podcast, but
which we'll get into in a couple weeks. So spoilers.
Yeah, yeah. Dude, break stuff is just it's so bigger than life. It's just one of those songs that like defined the genre, defined like a generation, defined a decade. It did so much, good, bad, whatever it is. It just did so much. It was so influential. Still is very influential.
Yeah. And we talked about the simplicity of the guitars. And what I love about this song is also John and Sam, they don't do anything crazy either. Like normally John has these like really cool tight fills, but he doesn't do any of that. Like everything is very, very basic, stripped down. Sam doesn't do anything squirrely, nothing like that. I mean, he just follows the guitar. Really, that's all he does is follow the guitar. Yeah. And he rarely ever does that in any Limp Bizkit song. But I did also like how fucking DJ Lethal had a fucking solo. He had a fucking solo. It's so sick. It's so goddamn sick. I fucking love it. This song is insanely good. Insanely good.
I don't know.
You hear that? I mean, seriously, the moment you hear that riff, you're excited. Like instantly, you get this little rush. You're just stoked, happy to be here. You know?
That's crazy. It's not even a fucking riff, right? It's can two notes be a riff?
It's just two notes. It could, I guess.
But he does hit that. It's not just like dun it. It's more of like a pull off. It's dun it, right? So there's kind of three notes in that little 2-note riff.
There are, and then when he hits the chorus, he does bend the note or bend the string. So there's a little deviation there, but it's still two fucking notes. Really,
fucking notes, dude. What are you doing? What are you doing with your life?
And the only difference is that he plays it backwards sometimes. Plays the 2 notes backwards. That's it. That's fucking it. It blows my mind. Oh man, that build up. Once again going back to that build up. You know, he's not whispering. You know, Fred isn't whispering, but
he does a good job. I mean, I think everybody in this band should be larger than life. Like they should be praised more than they are. Even Fred, because Fred is shit on constantly, and I think he fucks up here and there. But over the course of their career, really, and how big they got, and how fast they got to being that big, the amount of times he fucked up is just like inconsequential. Like who cares, dude?
Yeah,
completely like over the course of their career. Like it's just it's silly boy talk. But I think everybody in this band is like. Like Rage, like everybody in Rage is fucking fantastic. Everybody in this band is fucking fantastic. They're all equally amazing at their instruments, masters of their craft.
Yep.
The only difference is Fred is beyond master of his craft, and Wes is beyond master of his craft. And obviously, like DJ Lethal, we're talking about DJs. Like, dude's obviously beyond master of his craft, but he was already doing it before this.
Oh yeah, long before this. So. I want to say this about Fred Durst. He gets shit on so much by the average person. But when you hear other people talk about him, like other musicians, other people in the music scene, almost every single person says how cool of a person and how great of a person he is. Everybody.
No, it's true.
I mean,
nobody has anything negative to say about him.
Look at the music video for Break Stuff. All the people he had on: Eminem,
Dude.
Dr. Dre, Jonathan Davis. You know,
Derek fucking Jeter was in there. Are you kidding
me? Right. Pauly Shore. You know, he hooked up with Method Man. I mean, seriously, Method Man, one of the most respected guys in hip hop. agrees to do a song with him. What is going on? Like, the guy knows everybody. And then in the Roland video, he wanted Ben Affleck to be in the video, and Ben Affleck was also on the album, the Chocolate Starfish album. Matt Pinfield, Les Claypool. Like, what? The dude, everybody likes Fred Durst. It's crazy. Even Les Claypool said something not too long ago in an interview about the Woodstock performance. He said something along the lines like, Fred sees... Oh, fuck, what did he say? I don't remember. He
like
just
the
pretty
no
much
press
calls...
is bad press thing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
but he's a really cool dude.
Fred. Yeah, he's just a cool guy.
Yeah.
And that's fucking bullshit. You can't blame a band for what happened in the fucking audience unless it's specifically the band is telling the audience to do something. You hire a band to perform. They don't fucking see 100,000 faces. Are you kidding me? Come on.
It was clearly using them as like a scapegoat. And it's
hire fucking security. Pay the money, hire security, and get your shit together.
Exactly. Don't overcharge. Don't do all the shady shit that you were doing, all the promoters were doing.
Horrible.
Or the venue, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, fucking Fred Durst gets such a bad rap, and it's fucked up. And it's crazy. He defends everybody too. Like, reading about the whole thing when I think it was in 2000 or 2001 when he got up and sang with Christina Aguilera. I forgot what song they sang, but they sang at like the VMAs or something, and everybody was like ripping on him. And he pretty much called everybody out and said, "Stop being an asshole. Like, this is still good music. Yeah, it's not something that we play or we particularly like, but it's still good. Like, get over." He was pretty much told everybody to get over themselves.
Yeah,
like, stop being an asshole. Don't be an elitist.
That was like the concept of it. Of like, dude, who cares? If you like new metal, you're not going to like this. That's fine, but it's still catchy. It's still an artist like representing themselves as what they believe in. Fuck off.
Yeah, and like and then the dude from Filter, the singer, he was like, that was a dark stain on metal history or music history or something like that. It's like, fuck you fucking idiot.
Filter. God damn, that's fuck about Filter anyway.
All of that Filter album is pretty good.
No, it's not. Their first album?
Yeah.
It's not. No.
With the one with boring, Take a Picture or something? It's a good album.
It's boring.
Army of Anyone's not bad either. That album's pretty good too.
Literally just another fucking band I just don't care about.
Well, I mean, yeah, they're nothing compared to Limp Bizkit. They really aren't. But yeah, no, fuck them all. Fred Durst gets a bad rap, so I just wanted to say that.
I think Fred Durst is underrated. Saying it right now.
Oh, for sure.
Fred Durst is fucking underrated. His singing, but he's no worse than any other person that sings live, right? Like, you hear Tom DeLonge sing live, like, holy fuck, you're terrible at that.
Yeah.
But I still like you because it's endearing, because you're doing what you love to do and it matches the song. A lot of other vocalists that you hear on album sing like shit live. So does Fred. But he owns it because that's what he wants you to hear.
Yeah.
He doesn't
it's
sing
about the
any
energy.
differently. He doesn't change his pitch. He doesn't change octaves. He doesn't do anything else. He sings the fucking way that he knows how to sing.
Yeah, you're totally right, man. And still one of the best screamers in metal music.
Dude, him and Chester, man, just fantastic fucking screamers.
Yeah.
Just
totally.
Great voice. Screaming voice.
Yep. Absolutely. And then the video, going back to that, it's a really funny video. It looks like they're just having a blast. They played at a skate park. I think it's called like Skate Lab. I think that's what it's called. They had a bunch of guys there skating around them, jumping over them while they're just sitting there on the half pipes or whatever, the ramps. And yeah, dude, it's just so much fun. And all the, like we said, the guest stars and everybody's just having a good time.
This is late 90s here, right? So they're filming this video, and dude, like, the 97 Yankees are arguably the greatest baseball team that has ever been. And all the stars that were in the video, whatever, I could see it. It's fine. But like Derek Jeter, dude, Derek Jeter's on top of the world. It's Derek fucking Jeter, man. Like, come on.
Right.
He's from New York. These guys are from North Carolina / Florida. Like,
yeah,
that's not, I don't know.
It's
how
a
they
weird
got
connection.
Fucking Derek Jeter, I don't understand. I tried to look it up. I couldn't find it. But again, this is like late 90s. You're getting Derek Jeter. You're getting all these other people in there. But Derek Jeter was the one that was like, what in the fucking shit? How did you get Derek Jeter?
Nothing about it makes any sense. I love it, though.
He probably had a blast. He probably loved it.
Oh, I'm sure. It's probably so out of his world, too. The metal music world and skateboarding. A guy who's played baseball his entire life, and that is his entire life. It must have been crazy for him.
Dude, and Jeter's a guy that just you don't hear a lot about his private life because he doesn't disclose anything. He just completely shuts himself off from the world as far as like private life is concerned. Doesn't talk about it. Doesn't like go on dates, and then he'll go to like places where he knows the paparazzi aren't going to be. Just does not want to mix the two together. And he's always been like that. Still to this day, he's like that.
Not like A-Rod, right?
I fucking hate it. God, I fucking hate A-Rod.
Complete opposite of Jarek Dieter. Yeah. Jarek Dieter.
Jarek Dieter.
Jarek Dieter.
That sounds like a eastbound and down like fucking baseball player.
It does sound legit, right?
It does. Sounds better than Derek Jeter. Jarek Dieter.
Jarek Dieter. All right. Do we have anything else on this song?
Nah, break stuff. 1B.
All right. Oh, we forgot to talk about how kind of silly his vocals are too. The way he sings. You better step up. It just.
Oh, dude, that's why does he do that? I don't understand.
I don't know.
I don't know. I like it because it's all very unique. And even the way he says, like, it's all about the he said, like that little people chocolate, like that whiny thing that he does.
Yeah.
That's, I don't know, that's very iconic to Limp Bizkit. That's very iconic to Fred Durst. It's very like pop punk of him to be doing that kind of whiny vocals, actually.
A little bit.
Wait, he's taking a page out of the Blink book. I don't know.
Is it break stuff or is it My Generation where he goes, hoo-wah?
Hoo-wah. I think that's My Generation. Yeah, break stuff.
Yeah.
Break stuff, well, like in the chorus, he says, it's all about the he says, he's all about the he says, she, and then he goes into like bullshit. The normal, he says bullshit. But then he does like the real like guttural, like, you better quit it, that shit's it. Like it's like
when,
over the top.
Like when Friend of the Pod Ryan tried to cover, or when he covered this song.
Yeah.
A cappella.
But honestly, when Friend of the Pod Ryan covered the song, it was really like no difference than when Fred just sings it normally. All the highs, the lows, all the tricks that he was trying to make fun of. Dude, Fred just does that. That's what's great about Fred is he's like beating you to the punch, right?
That's true. Yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
He's like a guy that is like saying, "Oh yeah, you want to make fun of me?" Like Eminem and 8 Mile, when he makes fun of himself in that iconic like rap battle that he did on stage, and he's like, "Yeah, you want to make fun of me? Like here's my life in a nutshell." And he makes fun of himself. Like, what do you got? And the guy's like, "Oh fuck, I got nothing." And so like all we could make fun of Fred Durst, and not me, or you, because we love Fred Durst, but the media, all we made fun of was like, "Oh, fucking Limp Bizkit is stupid. Oh, they're dumb." Oh.
Yeah, nothing was ever really legitimate when people would criticize Fred Durst.
And they would say like, "Oh, he's a horrible singer." It's like, no shit, dude. He told you he's a horrible singer.
Yeah.
When the fuck did he say he was a good singer?
And it's also like, listen to like a lot of pop acts. Look at Madonna. She's not a great singer. She was an entertainer just like Fred Durst, but she's gotten so much more credit for what she's done for pop music, but Fred Durst didn't. It's fucked up. It's totally fucked up.
Absolutely.
But she had the sex. She had the sex that sold her image, but Fred didn't have that.
Dude, and Fred has like arguably the most iconic, besides the dreads on JD, Fred has the most iconic image in all of nu metal.
Oh yeah, the red hat, the backwards red hat.
Even the red hat, man. I say that may contend with like the dreads, because I don't think people.
Yeah.
If you surveyed 100 people, I don't know if they would attribute the dreads with JD or just Korn in general or nu metal in general. But the hat, that's fucking Limp Bizkit.
Yeah. No, the dreads are nu metal in general because everybody in nu metal had the dreads. Almost every band had at least one member who had dreads. Limp Bizkit had the red hat. Like you see the red hat, you know it's Limp Bizkit. Dreads, you know that's nu metal. That's what that is.
Oh.
But that's Korn. Well,
dude,
that's Korn,
this guy,
dude.
his fucking master just marketing is just.
Oh, dude, Fred Durst is a fucking genius. I don't.
He should be the CEO of Google or something. We should. He's the best.
Oh damn! Break stuff. I was gonna say. I forgot what I was gonna say now. Damn it! All right. Anyway, let's move on. What's your 2B?
What was your? Was that your 1B?
Oh yeah, break stuff is my 1B.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. My 2B's I'm broke.
Okay. I'm broke is my 8B. So let's get into this.
It ain't no joke. So you should get a pen. Write yourself a little note so you don't forget again. I like how he's trying so hard just to sound like so gangster. It's so hard when he sings just those first 2 lines. But then whenever he comes in, like, dude, that's so stupid. That's so basic. That's so elementary. Everything about this song is very much like break stuff. It's very bootleg. But then I like this too because this is kind of like I think Fred's got fantastic flow too. Fun flow. But you notice this chorus is reused and repurposed riff that from Rearrange, that do 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 do. It's just slower here. It's a do do. It's the same exact fucking riff. Dude, I'm telling you, same exact thing.
Oh damn! I didn't pick up on that.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, dude. I think this is, besides just being like an outwardly hip hop track that they have on this album, this is the most hip hop sounding thing on this album. I like it.
I would say so, but it's the heavy guitars that kind of take away from his rapping. I mean, because they are big, loud, really, really distorted riffs, and it's fucking loud. It's just a loud song.
It's so good.
But then the beat itself is very hip hop. It's straightforward. John Otto doesn't really church it up. Not that he really ever churches up anything. He's just fucking great. But no, I mean, really, this is just a straightforward song. Even the riff, it's like you said, it's only a few notes, but it's so loud that it distracts you a bit. But then the chorus has that like kind of big soaring sound too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
that
I don't know, man. It's a cool
song. And you hear like kind of all the soundscapes in the background. And that's what's so great about like DJ Lethal. Like DJ Lethal, we know he can add to a group, right? Like we've all heard fucking House of Pain. We all know that song. Yeah. So we know DJ Lethal can put something into a song and make it. I mean, I don't really care for this song too much. I don't care for that band too much, but god damn it, that is like one of the most iconic hip hop songs of all time.
Wait, which song?
Know Jump Around.
Oh, Jump Around. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought, but you didn't say it.
Well, because it's that song's dumb, dude. That song's fucking stupid.
It is. No, I agree. I don't really like that song that much.
But we know DJ Lethal can add things to a song and just elevate it to historic status. But what he does in this band is he's kind of like a second guitarist, but in a way where Wes isn't even like a lead guitarist. He's like a lead keyboardist. Like Wes plays his fucking guitar like a keyboardist would. A lot of weird soundscapes, a lot of chords that get wrung out, and just very, very heavy stuff. To where it's like, okay, why the fuck are you doing that? You could have done it this way. I don't know why you chose to do it that way. I like that you did it that way. But then DJ Lethal doesn't ever try to overtake what he's doing. Only compliments it. Lethal only compliments. You can see my hand,
totally right.
But I'm pushing it forward. Only compliments.
He only compliments, but when he does solo, it's fucking sick. It's
just straight scratching, dude. It's straight hip hop inspired. That's all I want to hear.
He doesn't even try to like put in like little sounds or anything like that. It's just fucking scratching,
goes for
and
it,
it's
dude.
so sick.
Just goes for it.
And going back to Wes, I mean, this song isn't an example of that, but going off of what you said, like, he plays kind of like he doesn't play guitar like traditional guitar. He does the weird sounds, the drawn out chords, but he also does a lot of like tapping too. Like he does a lot of tapping to fill in, to make the soundscapes. That soundscape sound, like he does it on Rearranged a little bit. There's a couple other songs too I can't remember off the top of my head, but I have them in my notes.
I read somewhere that I almost choked. I guess I did choke actually. I had you almost choke, right?
You either choke or you don't choke.
Yeah, exactly. You do, you don't.
Yeah.
I read somewhere that Wes only played $3 Bill Y'all with fingers and didn't use a pick at all for any songs at any point.
Oh, that's sick.
That's what I read. I think it makes sense because there's a lot of weird shit that he does, a lot of weird picking, and then like those heavy, like those chuggy parts, you can easily just do that just with nails, hitting your nails on that guitar.
Yeah, on the strings. But to get that kind of crunch though with just your fingers like that, I mean,
and then you watch even the videos from that era. I mean, you can see him playing, and he puts his thing up like what's the dude, Monkey or Feldy or from Korn, kind of puts a guitar up from a little bit higher.
I know what you're talking about.
Monkeys or elephants or whoever it is, I don't know. But you can see his right hand is kind of doing all these weird things. He's almost like strumming it, like the way his elbow goes back and forth. He's like strumming it like it would be a cello, but he's hitting it with his fingers, doing like weird shit.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean.
You can see that in the videos. You can see him doing that.
What is
means,
it?
But I think that was
Faith.
I think that was Pollution.
Oh, okay.
Did they do
when they're
Pollution.
Yeah, Pollution was the one where they're playing inside the house, right?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, that was Wait, was it Pollution or I don't fucking remember.
It's one of the like ugly ass house, and he has that little crop top thing, but it's only the bottom part of the crop top. Like whatever the fuck that is.
Okay, so people listening, we also watched every single Limp Bizkit video. So that was so much fun. Their videos, all their videos are good.
I will say it started off like, okay, that's fine, and then it went to like, holy fuck, this is mind blowing.
The videos from Significant Other are fucking great. The videos from outside of Take a Look Around, the videos from Chocolate Starfish are fucking awesome. It's just the videos from Gold Cobra are awesome as well. There's only one video for the Gold Cobra song, and then Still Sucks. Man, that the Dad Vibes video, we talked about that a little bit, but they're just dancing like in this like a mansion, like, or like the back, like on the property of this giant mansion, this giant property. Was that dancing? And
was that any one of their houses? Because it was big enough to be like a rock star house, but like I don't think it's big enough to have that kind of house.
I don't think so, man. I really don't think so.
That's like a Led Zeppelin house. You know what I mean? That's like a Led Zeppelin mansion. I don't know if it's a Limp Bizkit mansion.
Yeah, I don't think Limp Bizkit could. I don't think they pull that much money to where they could afford something like that. And then the guys from Steel Panther are in it for like no reason at all.
No reason.
It's a great video,
dude. I remember we're just talking about that video. I remember that video came out, watching it. I'm like, damn, this is what these guys look like now. Oh, fuck.
They're old as fuck.
Old.
They are.
Then you go back even further, not that much further, but when DJ Lethal put that video out after Shaggy 2 Dope dropkick Fred on stage, remember?
Oh yeah.
And like it turned out to be kind of a joke because like Shaggy 2 Dope from ICP is actually a wrestler, and if he wanted to dropkick Fred, he would have fucking laid him out, but he dropkicked him in a way that was kind of like part of kayfabe, and it was like a joke. But he didn't tell anybody it was going to happen, and so everybody kind of took it personal. And then DJ Lethal took it really personal, and he posted that video saying like he wants to fight him. And I was like, "Damn, bro, you're
like 60, and you're
really old, dude." Yeah,
I mean, he's by far the oldest. I mean, at least he has probably at least 10 years on the rest of the band.
No, Fred Durst is older than DJ Lethal.
No way.
Yeah,
how is that possible?
DJ Lethal just started early, man. He was
he
cut his teeth early.
Okay. Let's see here. Fred Durst is 52. DJ Lethal.
Telling you.
You were fucking right. DJ Lethal is 50 years old. And Fred is 52. What the hell?
Telling you.
John Otto is 46. Sam is 45. And Wes is 48. Oh my God. How?
Yeah, don't forget, like, because like Jump Around hit like early 90s, maybe
That's
like
true.
91, 92, 93.
It says
that
92.
was early 90s. $3 Bill Y'all didn't come around until 97.
It's only a 5-year difference.
But that's 5 years. That's a big 5 years.
True. But damn.
And that was their first album. That was House of Pain's first album.
Yeah. Holy shit.
It was recorded probably in 91.
That's insane. I always thought he was like 10 years older than the rest of the guys. Wow.
Well, Fred just looks like he just looks the best.
Yeah, I mean, Fred and Wes definitely do look the best, but shit.
Wes is hard to tell because like you never get like good pictures of him throughout the years.
Yeah, it's true. True.
But Fred has aged really well. Like honestly, he really has.
I think you're right. Do you know DJ Lethal is Latvian?
He's not born in America?
It says he's a Latvian American turntablist.
The fuck is that like the fucking Soviet Union?
It's like Eastern Europe, like deep. That's where Boyle adopts his kid from.
Oh, that's right.
Wait, what's his kid? It's his son's name?
Nikolaj.
No, Nikolaj.
No. Nikolaj.
Yeah, he was DJ Lethal was born in the Soviet Union.
Yeah, because all those, not all those, but a lot of fucking countries and provinces and I don't know, whatever you call those republic things during the Soviet Union, USSR thing. I don't know. I went to
that's crazy.
School in Southern California. What the fuck do I know?
Yeah, what the fuck do we know? All right, I'm broke. Let's play a little bit of this song. Sound good?
Yeah.
All right, here it is. I'm broke from the Limp Bizkits.
slacking for that. You deserve a smacking for slacking. Now people say that I'm a slacker.
I'm Broke from Limp Bizkit. What?
You deserve a smacking for slacking.
The lyrics are pretty ridiculous.
If it wasn't for break stuff, this would be my 1B. Easy. Fucking easy. I love this song so much. I think his best rhyming is in this song too. At the end of the first verse, when he's doing all like he said, there's someone giving classes on kissing people's asses unless all those like alliteration with the S's, right? There's someone giving classes, kissing people's asses.
Yeah, it is pretty good.
Man, it keeps going. Unless you're living where the trash is, don't even come around here asking where the cash is. Man, there's just so much. There's so much of that S sound. That S.
That's hard to do, to make it sound. I mean, it does sound silly, but to make it actually flow, that's kind of difficult.
God, it's so good. And then the part where he compares people who bum money to shit, but not just any shit though, like shit that's in a diaper. That's so disrespectful.
Immature, yeah.
It's so fun. Like, no, but you're the type of shit that's in a diaper. That's so fucking vulgar. That is so disrespectful.
I know, it really, really is.
But I think there might be like truth to the song too. I think like coming off a $3 bill, this band is just blowing up faster than anybody could possibly imagine, making money hand over foot at this point. Everybody's coming out of the woodwork, right? People are coming out trying to bum money off them, and I think I'm Broke probably stems from real life experiences of family, of friends, of has-beens trying to come up and hit up Fred for money.
Oh yeah, totally. That's what I got lyrically on this one too. And actually, funnily enough, this song was written originally, and I believe it was recorded as a demo for a $3 bill. So this was actually the oldest song on the record, but they felt it didn't fit the theme and really overall feel of the first album. So, but no, I agree that's what it's about. It's about freeloaders and assholes who, only come out when they want money from you. They want something from you.
And I will say too, if we're just gonna blink at the lyrics here, Fred's lyrics, they're not like historic and mind blowing or nothing, but they're kind of honest. They're kind of like from the heart. They're kind of, I don't want to say like a child, but maybe like somebody who can't write lyrics very well, who can't write lyrics good. Zoolander. he's writing things about what he feels. They're very emo, and we'll get into Nikki a little bit later. But if you just shut your fucking mouth and like read the lyrics and stop listening to how aggressive the music is, you'd realize this band is a little bit more emo than most people took them for. And I mean, obviously way more jokey, but yeah, I don't know, kind of emo.
Yeah. I noticed reading through all the lyrics this week that, he is a much better lyricist than I was expecting. I thought it was going to be a lot dumber. His use of words, like you were saying, in the first verse of this song, it's more complex than I was expecting. I think there's also a lot of word salad on some of the, like, End Together Now. Like, it's too much. I don't even really know what that song's about, because it's just, I feel like I will get into that later. But anyway, overall, I think his lyrics are much better than I was expecting. I thought it was just going to be complete shit. So I will. It's fine. It's fine.
Shit, boy.
Anyway. So we got anything else on I'm Broke?
No,
that's broke. I don't even know how he sings it.
I love that opening. It ain't no joke. You should get pen. Write some little notes so you forget again.
That bridge is a straight Korn ripoff. That it doesn't sound like any particular Korn song, but it's very much something that Korn would do. Yeah, and the way he's kind of like singing, he's kind of like singing a little bit softer, kind of like what Jonathan Davis does to kind of do that build up. Yeah, I got a lot of Korn on that bridge, but
I like it.
It's good.
But like I think if Limp Bizkit would rip off Korn, they would make it obvious, Like I don't think they'd be shy at all about ripping off Korn.
No.
They loved Korn, dude. Like,
well, if it wasn't for Korn, they wouldn't really be a band. It was.
I know there would be no Limp Bizkit if it wasn't for
seriously,
Korn.
Anybody who doesn't know, the reason why they got their deal was because Fred Durst went to a Korn concert, and he pretty much like cornered Fieldy and set
cornered.
What? Korn. Oh, there we go.
That's pretty good.
That was intentional too, right? He pretty much cornered Fieldy and I believe it was Jonathan and said, free tattoos, free beer.
Shitty tattoos.
Shitty tattoos. Oh, no, it was Head because Head actually got the tattoo. So it was actually Head. Head got the tattoo, and after it was done, Fieldy and Jonathan were like, never mind. It's fine. We can still hang out and drink, but I'm fine not getting the tattoo. So yeah, that's what happened. And then, he gave him the demo, and then Fieldy thought it was fucking great, so he passed it along to Ross Robinson. Ross didn't really want to listen to it until his girlfriend listened, and then she said it was great. So then from there, the rest is history, really. I mean, it was because of Korn. And then Korn took him under their wings, like took him on the Family Values tour.
Dude, before they were even signed.
Yes.
They took him on his 2 massive tours.
Yep.
Yeah,
it's
no,
fucking
Limp Bizkit
nuts,
owes
man.
everything to Korn.
100%. 100%. Yeah, anyway. Where were we at?
What's
Are
your
we good with
2B?
them? Oh, my 2B is rearranged. Now, I do want to say the reason why I ranked Significant Other as low as I did was because outside of the singles, nothing is as nearly as great as the singles, if that makes sense.
I'm broke. We just went over it.
But it's not. I mean, it's a great song. But
oh my god, it's so good.
Like at least with $3 Bill and Chocolate Starfish, there are deep cuts on that are just as good as the bangers. There's nothing really like that on here. Like the 4 singles sound all different from one another. All of the non-singles sound pretty similar to one another. So that's why I ranked it as low as I did, because there's just a lot of the same on this one. I still love it.
That is true.
But there's a lot of the same.
There's a lot of like perceived filler, but I think there are some deep cuts here that are forgotten about. I think Trust is a deep cut that's forgotten about.
Yes,
I think
that's
Show Me
my
What You
3B.
Got is a deep cut that's forgotten about. I think 1999 is one that is completely forgotten about.
True. You didn't mention the one that I was hoping you'd mention, but that's fine.
Which one?
You know what it is. You just don't want to say it because my boy's in that song. You know what it is.
That's like one of the weakest songs of the film.
Oh, you're so stupid. Why do you do this?
It truly is.
Why do you do that? Why do you think
because
you're
it
cool?
Is. That song has been done better on other albums in the same vein.
All right, let's get into Rearranged. The bass line. I would argue.
I love this bass line, dude.
I would say this is the one of the most iconic bass lines. Or it is the most iconic bass line of nu metal, hands down. Like no, I mean it's crazy. It's crazy fucking good.
Yeah, it's
and it drives the whole song. It drives the whole fucking song.
Dude, I still fucking play this bass line whenever I'm jump on neighbor Phil's bass. I'll still throw this down. Nobody ever catches it. Nobody ever knows what it's from. But I still like to boom, boom, because you're just like picking that fucking power chord. It's so easy, but it's just like, dude, that's just good. That's solid. That's good. That's good. I like it.
Just think about it. what a kind of like dumb and sleazy way to start the song.
It is stupid.
Just think about it. He has like he's trying to like sound cool or sound sexy, but
and this is
work.
like going into like the lyrics kind of a little bit in there overall, but this is one where it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of, I don't want to say emo because that's just like a blanket term, but it is a little bit more emotional than the other one. It's a little deeper. It's like a goodbye to his ex-wife but like it's showing him be extremely vulnerable in a metal aspect in the late 90s, where everybody thought that they were just this band that was misogynistic and fucking terrible. And it's like, dude, he's hurt here. He's hurt.
Yeah,
he got cut.
right?
And he's telling you he got cut and rearranged. Like that's his entire life is having to be rearranged because this girl cut him up good.
Oh yeah, totally. It's sad. This is definitely the saddest song on the record.
Fucking perfectly, except for the stupid video. I hate this video.
I like the video.
I hate that because
Okay.
Like,
Let's run through the video real quick. Let's run through it real quick. So the video was based around the whole Woodstock incident, which we talked about, and how they were like the scapegoat and all that kind of shit. And in the video, they're put on trial for this whole Woodstock thing, and then they're punished. They're put to death. And then they're drowned essentially. And then at the very end of this part, I actually really like. The end of the video, they're in purgatory and they're just floating around. And then Fred says something along the lines like, if this was heaven, then I'd be hanging out with Method Man right now. And then he drops. And then in the End Together Now video, the first part of that video is Fred Durst dropping onto the couch. And I thought that was
sick.
It's so cool, fucking cool, dude. It's so
like,
rad.
Continuity wise, it's just there's no need for it. Like nobody cares. You know what I mean? Like there's no call for it. Nobody would think anything else. It's just something a little extra.
Oh man, I love that.
I just don't like that they took like I guess it's very Limp Bizkit of them not to do this, but I don't like that they took the song that should have kind of made people think like, oh, this band is a little bit deeper than I thought that they were, and then turned it upside down and said, yeah, well you fucking, I don't know, you think that we did something and we really didn't do it, so fuck off. I guess we'll take the blame for that one and kind of like dive on the grenade. But it is very Limp Bizkit of them, but they should have, I don't know. This could have been the way for like the world to see them as deeper than they were.
No, you're right.
But really, who cares? Because they were just, they just grew in popularity after this anyway.
True,
so
yeah.
So I guess it worked.
I mean, it's just like they, the first single being Nookie, then this one, End Together Now, and then the fourth single ends up being their biggest hit. Like
crazy.
Nookie was this massive fucking thing that kind of changed music, or changed, modern rock music. And then Break Stuff comes out and it just turns everything on its head. It's this band. His band is so unique, and very few bands can say that they've had this kind of impact on music. And I'll argue with anybody about this, because if you say the opposite, then you're fucking wrong and stupid.
No, it's true. You're fucking wrong. You're absolutely wrong.
Yeah.
Limp Bizkit changed the way rock stars interact with fans, with the media, with music videos.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Yeah. And this is
when did you see rock stars dancing to like their like choreographing, right?
I know, but that's the thing with Limp Bizkit too. Like the choreography you see in the videos, that's just making fun of pop music. That's them making fun of the scene and just the ridiculousness of videos, and that's why all their videos are so dumb, And people would criticize them about Roland for having the girls dancing, but it's like you're missing the point. This is satire. They're making fun of all the other pop acts.
That you fucking clearly missed.
It's because
Fred Durst was originally a dancer, so because he's so good at dancing,
dude, he's fucking smooth too.
He's still
really
to this day. We see Dad
the
Vibes.
Dad Vibes
He's
video.
So good.
His dancing is fucking smooth. But it's like, come on. So the Roland video, everybody criticized that one, talk shit on it. But then look at the fucking Blink video for all the small things. That entire video was making fun of the other pop acts. But because it wasn't Fred Durst and it was a little bit heavier, or actually much heavier, it gets shit on. Like it makes no fucking sense. It's so stupid. Like he's like the whipping boy of all this shit, of this musical genre. It's not fair. It's just not fair at all. But
I
they sold
think
a lot of records, so.
I think because he's the whipping boy is the reason why they've become so successful. And there was a quote that Wes had said that says, "Yeah, dude, like you guys hate Fred so much, like that's why we're successful. Keep hating him. He doesn't care. I don't care. We don't care. You're the reason why we are as big as we are."
Yeah, that's true. It
is
true.
That's so fucking true, dude. Like Fred just thrives on it, just does not care. But that stems from just having like an extremely bloated sense of like self-worth, right? Like I don't know how long I could take that kind of abuse. Mm-hmm. But damn, this guy's got some confidence. Gotta respect that.
And I know we're talking so highly of him, and I do know that he has done some fucked up things. Like he kicked like the security guard in his head at some show. Like he's done some like kind of questionable things like that, like dickish moves. But overall, in the end, he's not as bad as people make him out to be.
Not at all. Like we're in the age now, or like it's the decade or the era of things coming out that happened 20 years ago. Like, oh yeah, Fred did this to me. You don't hear anything.
Nothing like that. Yeah.
But you don't hear anything. Like,
exactly. Yeah.
Not to say that just because you didn't have a scandal means you're a good person, but I don't know, when you're in that kind of like spotlight like that, and just I don't know.
And your band
Come
has
out
that kind of
unscathed.
reputation, and you have that kind of
I know.
reputation.
Come out unscathed. Like,
Yeah,
damn.
right.
Maybe you're not
And
as bad as everybody says you are.
And then it's the people that you would least expect this kind of shit to happen to. You know,
Yeah.
like the guy from Jesse Lacey from Brand New. You're like, this guy's so emotional. He's so innocent, and let's feel sorry for him for his emo lyrics. And then you come to find out he's like trying to have sex with 16-year-olds.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah,
That's a
insane.
very pop punk thing, to be honest. Like that's a very weird
What?
thing that pop punkers do. That preying on younger people was a very pop punk thing.
It is,
Newfound Glory, and I
Less
think it
Than
was just
Jake as well, right?
Yeah.
Wait, no.
Just fucking weird.
Yeah, it's all fucked up. All that, yeah, never mind. We don't need to get into that.
But not Fred Durst. Fred
not
Durst,
the
dude. Honestly, if that came out with Fred Durst, I would be devastated. I really would be devastated.
Mm-hmm.
I would die.
I would die.
I'd die. Let's get back to Rearrange, man, because it's a banger song.
Rearrange,
I
man.
like the build. That's all about build up, man. The build up in
man.
the song. It climbs. I think the song climbs to the bridge. That bridge
It does.
is fucking phenomenal. It's emotional. Everything about that bridge is perfectly crafted. I would almost say like the bridge was started first, and they built a song around how can we get to and from this place, because the bridge is the best part of the song.
It is. Oh yeah, it pays off too. And this is a long song. It's over 4 minutes long, but you don't get sick of it. Even though you hear that bass loop, the entire most of the song, I never tire of it. It's crazy how captivating they can make you feel with just the slight buildups, the soundscapes. Like another thing I have here are DJ Lethal's soundscapes especially during the chorus. It adds so many layers to the song, and it adds so much more depth to the song. And I know you're not going to agree with me on this,
Cool.
but this song and a few other ones remind me a lot of Deftones, because this is what what's his name? I can't even think of his name right now.
I can hear it.
Frank.
I do can hear the
But
atmosphere.
yeah, there's a lot of Deftones here.
Drawn out. This is just obviously this is better because Deftones are so dumb. But I do understand what the Deftones were trying to do. I just don't think they did it well.
But Deftones were doing it before this, but that's fine. That's okay.
But they didn't do it well though.
No, they did it well. They did it
Adrenaline
very
doesn't
well.
sound like this. After
because
Adrenaline sounds kind of like this. I get
because
it.
he didn't come on board until after Adrenaline.
I get it. I understand. That's why I only like Adrenaline.
Well. But no, I think DJ Lethal is underrated as well, because he's most noted for his scratching and all that kind of stuff, but he's so much more than that. And this song is a perfect example of it. What he added to this song texturally is insanely good. I love it. And then not only that, Wes fucking sits back, man. He sits back, creates more of an atmosphere with his guitar playing. He's not playing like big heavy chords until you get to like
Dude, it's
the
that
bridge,
higher,
really.
like looser, verred up guitar riff that he does.
Yes.
Fuck,
It's
man.
fucking so cool. But he lets John, Sam, and Fred just do their fucking thing, and then DJ Lethal and Wes just sit back and just play in the background. And it's great songwriting, because they know when to shut the fuck up
Yeah.
and just accompany it and let other people shine. And I fucking love that. Like, it shows that they didn't have as big of an ego songwriting wise as we're led to think or believe.
You know,
And this song's a great example of that.
I like reading interviews that when like Wes first left, and then like today, right? Like throughout the years. And I like that Wes and Fred have never said that, yeah, we fought, but now we're friends. They've maintained that thing between them. We're like, yes, we don't see eye to eye. We are like family. We fight a lot. Sometimes it gets a little out of hand, but we always come together and do something that we both think is good. And then we kind of go our separate ways for a little bit because we're tired of each other. That's fucking honesty, man. I like that. I dig that. And they never come out and say, I'm super sorry, I was a dick. They both say they're dicks. They both say they're assholes. But they still, like, you don't have to be best friends with the people you're in a band with. Look at Chad Smith and fucking Flea, right? It just came out. They don't fucking hang out. They've never hung out. But they love playing music with each other.
That was on the Rick Rubin podcast, right?
I read it from an interview, or
I
guess an interview transcript of something. But yeah, I was like, what?
Yeah,
He's
it was
I think it was
when
Flea
Rick
was the one
Rubin
that said it.
Was it?
Maybe it was Chad Smith that said it.
No,
Chad Smith that said
it was
actually.
Chad because Rick Rubin had each member on his podcast at separate times, and the Chad Smith one was like, yeah, we just get together and jam, and I don't really hang out with any of the other guys. It's just in the jam room or when we're playing shows or practicing. It's just when we lock in, it's there, but we don't hang out ever. It's like, dude, you've been in a band since like 1988, 1989, and
I think in that same one, Flea had said that, yeah, I probably go to Chad's house like twice a year. Like one for like his birthday or whatever birthday his kid is doing or whatever is happening. And then once if they're just, I don't know, for Christmas or something, he said, I go to the house. I see him like twice a year outside the studio. He's more in the studio. And exactly. Like, not everything has to be like family oriented. Not everything has to be so close knit. And I like that Wes and Fred have never been like superficial about it. They've always said that, yes, we butt heads. Yes, our vision of this band has gone in different directions throughout the years, but we always come back because we like playing with each other. Not necessarily because we love each other, we like each other, whatever it is, we like playing with each other. And there's some connection there, and I like that honesty.
I do too. I do too. I mean, because I know it's only social media, or it's just social media, but over the last maybe like several years now, I've noticed on Wes and Fred Durst's like Instagrams and stuff or their social media, like they hang out way more, like they hang out a lot, it seems. Like whether it's creating music or it's like whenever, like Limp Bizkit, they're right now they're in Europe, like in Germany or whatever, and the videos that the Limp Bizkit page were posting were just all about Wes and Fred, like them kind of like not fucking with each other, but just like fooling around, like kind of talking shit on each other, but like in a fun way. You know what I mean? It just seemed, I don't know, because you're always led to believe like they hate each other, like you said, but it doesn't seem like that when you see videos of them together.
Honestly, though, I think it's probably because like in their older age now, this is probably the closest they've ever been in their entire career together. Like now,
yeah.
I think they've respected each other. I think they can work well with each other. I think they make music that is obviously beyond banger together. But I think now they're finally like coming together as friends rather than Chad Smith Flea bandmates.
I would agree with you. I think you're right.
That's so dope. That's so dope that you can have like a band that is so good and you're still like learning things about the other person. You're still connecting with your bandmates in ways that you have never in the past 40 years. Not 40 years, but like 30 years.
Yeah, about 30 years.
Yeah.
All right. So let's play.
That's cool.
Let's play a little bit of Rearranged, and then we'll move on. Sound good?
Yeah. You get a beer? Yeah.
Go. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Rearranged from the Limp Bizkits. Yeah, do we have anything else on this one? Should we move on?
No. We can move on. Well,
I don't know about that. What's up?
No, we're good there. Yeah.
We're good?
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's your 3B?
Hold on. I'm still highlighting in red, dude. Hold on there, dude.
This is fun. I'm having a blast.
I don't have a mouse, so I have to use my finger. So calm down.
God. Why don't you have the mouse? What happened to your mouse?
I don't know. I don't use my mouse all the time because it takes too much time to like turn the mouse on and then.
All you have to do is flip the switch. That's all you do is flip the switch on.
That's true.
It's not difficult at all.
But
yeah, I hate not using a mouse. I hate using the trackpad now.
I don't use the mouse like at all.
What?
I haven't used it in months.
Oh man, so easy.
Okay. All right. Anyway, 3B. What do you think my 3B is?
I'm gonna say "And Together" now.
Dude, you know it, baby. And Together now. Banger of a track.
That's my 5B. It's my 5B.
This may be like the most commercial like new metal song ever. And I know it's like straightforward hip hop. I know it's like Fred Durst doing his thing with Method and no other band members kind of had like a thing in this. But this is what new metal is, man. This is what new metal is, bridging things like all these different genres of music coming together in a way that you never thought possible. This is so fucking new metal here. It really is.
In a way, yeah. It is.
I think
but
in
it's
spirit,
still, it's
this
still
is so fucking new metal. God damn, dude. So like DG Premier is here. He has credit for most of this. I think Otto and Rivers do play on this track. Actually, I think it's just Wes.
It said that Wes and Sam had nothing to do with this track. I don't know what John's part was, but I also read that it was all based off of a beat that Lethal came up with, and then Lethal gave it to DJ Premier, and then he churched it up, and then it's kind of what we got, or almost what we got today.
Wait, what banger was this? You said
this is my 5-beat, and so
okay.
apparently there's 2 different versions of this song. I only listened to the one that's on the streaming sites and in the music video, and on vinyl too. So I assume, it all sounded the same to me, but apparently there's a different version that DJ Premier created with a different beat and slightly different samples. Did you hear that or read about that?
I read about it. Did not listen to it though.
I couldn't find it. I didn't really search that hard.
I didn't search that hard either.
I'm sure it's out there. I guess I didn't care too much, but whatever. This song's fucking great. I love it.
It's just, you're right. It is a straightforward like hip hop song, but I do think this is this is what nu metal strive to be. It's something like this, but you throw some heavy guitars in here, and that is a perfect nu metal track.
Yeah,
just saying.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
Man, dude, it's like just off topic. Oh, not off topic, but diverting. It's easy to criticize Fred and make fun of him. And like, yeah, you're trying to rap. Like, how are you going to fucking keep up with meth? And Fred does not keep up with meth. But he doesn't try. Like, because Method Man is fucking S-tier rappers. Like, just straight up. His stuff in Wu-Tang, untouchable. Method Man on his own, untouchable. And I didn't know until this week when I was listening to it that I thought his first album, Tical, T-I-C-A-L, I thought it was named Tical, like T-I-C-A-L, like Tical. But it's Tikal. Tikal, as he says it. Like, fuck, man. Just like Method Man is just unfucking touchable. But Fred doesn't try to keep up with him.
No.
He compliments him in ways that he's not being a hype man, that he's being a fanboy. And that's what makes his track so goddamn good.
Yeah, and so a little backstory on this song too. DJ Premier didn't want to work with Fred. He just didn't feel like his whole flow, his rapping was good enough for it compared to the other rappers he had worked with. So he declined originally, but then Fred met up with him like in person, because everything was done through like their managers and shit. But Fred actually met up with him in person and said, "You know what? I really want to do this. I'm willing to learn. If you want to teach me, if you want to guide me on what you want from me, I'm more than willing to listen. I want to be better. I want to do this with you." And I thought that was the raddest thing. Like, fucking Fred Durst goes to this guy, like one of the most, I would say kind of one of the most sought after DJs of the time, and he convinces him to do a track with him. Like, that shows you Fred's charisma, his likability, and just, he's probably just like such a rad dude. Like, and the fact that he was so willing to learn, like he was such a fan of his music that he wanted to learn. He wanted to be taught by the best, and the amount of respect he had for him. I thought that's so cool. It's such a cool story. And it goes against everything people say about Fred Durst. Like, that story goes against everything people say about this guy, and I love that. So. And
it shows in Fred Durst, and I forgot to watch it, even though it's on one of the streaming services we pay for. But I didn't forget.
Yeah.
I just didn't last night. I didn't watch The Fanatic, and I really wanted to, and it's still on my to-do list. But like Fred Durst has done so much extracurriculars outside of his music. Remember that little thing he was doing in L.A. The
jazz thing,
the jazz night.
Every Thursday night, he hosted a jazz night in I forgot what the little cafe was in L.A. But every Thursday night, and he would have like these jazz musicians over at his house to practice in his living room, and he'd just like chill and hang out and just watch them practice, because he just loved the music. And then he would host these nights, and he never performed. He was just like kind of the MC. Like, he was the one introducing them and kind of almost hyping the crowd up, the little crowd that would show up. And that's just all he did. He just did it for the love of the music. And I thought, dude, what a crazy cool guy.
Yeah,
it's so sick.
A guy there for other people constantly.
And he never made it for himself. Like, I remember reading, like, people would say, oh yeah, we'd show up, and Fred was really nice to the fans that would show up for him, but he never made the event about him. It was always like, okay, well, let's just watch the band. Like, it's like, he was never rude to the fans, but he's like, this is why we're here. And so he gave the band the respect, he gave the fans the respect. And I think, dude, he's such an underrated guy.
Damn. Should have went to one of those.
I know. I don't know why he did that for like almost over a year. He was doing that shit consistently.
Dropped the ball, dude.
I think it was until his house burned down. With those crazy wildfires in Malibu.
Yeah.
And his house burned down. I think that's kind of when he stopped doing it.
With all of Wes's shit in his house.
I know, right? They lost so much gear.
It's not funny, but
No. But do you see all the shit that Wes is auctioning right now?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's crazy. He's auctioning off like 40 guitars, and he said this is only half of what I have.
I know, it's so silly.
It's fucking
So silly.
nuts.
I wish we would meet, like when we met Wes at the NAMM show. I wish we would meet him now with this kind of fanboy status in this stage in our lives, to where we can articulate all of the things that we really love about him, the band, his legacy, his guitar playing. I wish that would happen now rather than then. Because then it was just more kind of like, oh, you're so great, I love you so much, lovey-dovey type of stuff. But now it's more like the best of our capabilities, I guess. We can articulate our thoughts a little bit better.
Oh, yeah, very much so. And also at the time, he was promoting Black Light Burns because that album had just come out or was just about to come out. So he was promoting that. And it's just like, we didn't care about that. We just cared about Limp Bizkit. And we weren't like rude to him about it. And we weren't like being crazy, but it's just like, dude, he was there for this band that pretty much nobody really cared about at the time. But yeah, so I mean, yeah, nowadays, like if we met him now, it'd be completely different. Just get him on the pod though.
I've not listened to that stuff in a long time, but I don't, that industrial kind of like alt shit. Nah.
Yeah, I didn't really care for the Black Light Burn stuff. I never really did. Yeah. And it was all Ross Robinson produced all that stuff too, and it's not my style of music. I wasn't really into his vocals, and it was whatever. It might be better now, but it's been many, many years since I listened. But anyway, and together now.
Yeah, you're 6B.
5B, that's fine.
5B, that's
listening
okay.
is hard sometimes.
Yeah, Final
Pod
5
listening,
as I say, and NCAA.
Okay, they might.
They don't. It's Final 4.
I was gonna say that makes no sense.
Elite 8, God. Final 4, Sweet 16. Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
Sports.
no, this is so we talked about when we did like De La Soul, just like a good like posse cut, right? This is just this track is like, you talk about lyrics. I think earlier you mentioned like lyrics that are like you don't quite know what's going on. I think this is just two bros being bros, broing out. I think that's it. That is all.
Yeah,
that's
all I put was I think this is just a hype song.
Dude, that's
and it's all hype, but none of it really makes sense. Like nothing's cohesive about the lyrics. Like it's one or two lines that make up like an idea, and then the next thing will be something completely different, and it's just all hyping. That's fine. It's fine.
It's funny because tying in with the video, they're waiting for pizza to be delivered. And like when you're waiting for pizza delivered, there's that 20 to 30 minute gap where you do something, but you don't get fully into it. So you're kind of just doing something that you know is only going to last about 10, 15, 20 minutes. Right? Like, but it's going to be really, really fun because you're so fucking excited for the pizza. And that's what this song is. The song is just like, oh yeah, let's just get into it for like 10, 15 minutes. Obviously 3-4 minutes. Mm-hmm. Let's just get into it. Let's have a great time. Let's see where it goes. But some of the things that Method Man says here is the reason why like he's just S tier of hip hop artists of all time, because god damn. And Fred's fine. There's nothing wrong with what Fred does. It's great.
I really have no issue with Fred's parts here. I really don't think they're particularly bad. I just, next to Method Man, you can't compare the two, but really you could tell Fred really tried hard.
Yeah.
But it's really, and it's not bad. It's
not bad at all. And
it's probably the best rapping he's ever
melody,
done.
dude. When it's fourth verse, the mic checks. What's it all about? Where are we gonna run? Maybe we can meet up under the sun. Like there's a melody to it. Like he's almost like sing rapping. But damn, dude, Method Man, when he comes in some of his stuff, like specifically when he talks about he's just playing with minds that get you state time, locked behind 12 bars from a great mind. Like locked behind 12 bars, that part, dude, just like that 12 bar blues thing that locked behind like the actual being in jail, like that wordplay. It's like, yeah, that dude, that's why you're one of the GOATs. That's why you're one of the greatest of all time. That's amazing. That's so good.
No, he really does have some. I mean, comparing the two,
and this This
It's
is
night
late
and day.
fucking 90s. Like Wu-Tang had just come out with Wu-Tang Forever 97. So this is they're recording this probably like early 99, maybe late 98. All these ideas are being thrown around. They're talking to like Method's camp, and then the Limp Bizkit's managers going back and forth. So it's only been like a year since Wu-Tang Forever dropped. And Wu-Tang Forever is not as good as 36 Chambers, but Wu-Tang Forever's, dude, that's wow. Like it blew people's minds. It's still blowing people's minds. It's so long. It's so great. But how do you get Method Man, right? Like you're one of the most hated people on earth in a new metal band. And you get fucking Method Man. Are you kidding?
That's what I'm saying. Like there is obviously something about him on a personal level that people like so much. I mean, people from all walks, not all walks of life, but people from all different kind of genres of music. Like I was saying earlier, you got Method Man here. You got the hip hop guys, Eminem, which we'll talk about later. Dre and Snoop Dogg. In the Break Stuff video, Primus or Les Claypool from Primus. I mean, fucking Fred Durst was on the Primus record, Antipop. He co-produced some of those songs. So it's just it's insane, like his reach in music.
The reach is strong.
And not only that, he fucking did a song with Christina Aguilera like in 2000 or 2001, like I mentioned earlier. It wasn't like a recorded thing, but he was on fucking not live. Well, I guess it was live TV on an award show, singing a song with her. Like,
but don't forget too, like
this.
The Eminem thing, right? That whole I want to sit next to Carson Daly and Fred Durst. That was Fred Durst in that part. In
I
the
know
video,
it was actually him. It wasn't Carson Daly.
Fred Durst.
Carson Daly didn't show up.
I know. That was a song making fun of Fred Durst, featuring Fred Durst in the part that was making fun of Fred Durst.
I know, right?
Good Lord, what are you doing? Come on.
Damn,
it just doesn't get better than that. It doesn't.
No, not at all. Not at all. We might as well bring it up now. There are two songs that were left off of this. Well, really one whole song that was left off of this record, and it was a song with Eminem. He literally got Eminem to do a track on this record, and then he doesn't use the track.
No.
Like, it's not that it's disrespectful. It just goes to show, like, how respectful they are towards each other, to where Eminem wouldn't be offended if he didn't throw the track on.
Yeah.
Like,
this was after this was out. No, it wasn't that good. But this was after the Slim Shady LP, right? That came out with My Name Is and then Guilty Conscience.
Did it
before
come out
Marshall
after?
Mathers? Well, it was recorded.
Oh no, yeah, the Slim Shady. Okay, I was thinking Marshall Mathers. Sorry.
And then Marshall Mathers was the year after Significant Other. That was the year 2000. Year 2000. But so like Eminem was on the rise in a way that you rarely see any hip hop artists are on the rise the way Eminem was on the rise from Slim Shady LP to Marshall Mathers. That like 1.5 year gap between the two. I think it was only a year gap actually. I think they're both early of those years.
Mm-hmm.
Like we have never seen the hip hop artist be on the rise that fast. Slim Shady LP hit and Guilty Conscience and My Name Is, dude, that fucking took like the world by storm.
Yeah.
And then Marshall Mathers LP hit, and everybody was like looking forward to, what's he going to do next? No fucking way he can top that. And then he drops then he drops the real Slim Shady, The Way I Am, Stan, which is, in my opinion, the greatest hip hop track of all time.
Oh,
dude, all of these fucking songs, like, dude, oh my God, Eminem.
Hey man, I agree with you on that. I totally agree with you on that.
So fucking good. But yeah, and together now he gets Method Man to come on, and Method Man slays the way Method Man slays. I don't know.
No, you're right, man. You're right. I didn't even look it up. Has Fred Durst been on any other hip hop record? Because like, how the fuck did he get Dre and Snoop Dogg? I mean, yeah, he got Dre through Eminem, and Eminem came in the scene through Korn's "Got the Life" video. I know that. So that's that connection. But it's like, I guess Snoop Dogg's all related to it as well. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
At the time, right? That was like the late '90s before.
Yeah. Because it wasn't. Because when did Dre's label come out?
Well, so like Dre made Aftermath, and that was.
Was that a subsidiary of Interscope?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
like I think Interscope like distributed. Well, I don't know. I don't know what the technical things are, but I don't know if you can make like your own record label, but then like pay somebody else to distribute your shit, right?
Because that's what you do. That's what you can do.
Right, but like you wouldn't do that now because you would just do that yourself through online stuff. So I think you at the time you could make your own record label, but then just so then are you your own record label back then if you're just paying somebody else for distribution, because if it wasn't for that distribution, you wouldn't be a record label. You wouldn't have any money.
Well, I think with the record label, you're able to sign whoever you want.
But who cares if you can't distribute their records?
Well, I think in the end, the bigger labels that were doing the distributions, they just don't care because they're getting the money. They're getting a cut of it anyway, so they don't care.
Well, then you're not. I guess in technically you're your own like record label, but like in spirit, you're just part of fucking Interscope.
Yeah.
Because without Interscope, there would be no Eminem. Because how is Dre going to get Eminem's records into my hand without Interscope?
True. No, you're right. You're right.
I think overall that's why they were all together. It was through Interscope, because I think Aftermath used Interscope, and then because that was a part of like Geffen too, right?
I don't know. I think Interscope was its own entity.
Really? Maybe Geffen bought Interscope at some point.
Maybe, yeah. I have no fucking clue. I don't know. This is all guesswork.
Yeah, no, this is all guesswork. But like that just shows you how fucking stupid the fucking record label industry is and how shicey those fuckers are.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
So yeah, and Together Now. Should we play it? Then
dude, that video's so good.
The video, I love the video. All the reds and everything. And then the hallway with the moving floor in the hallway.
Dude, I'll go on for days in this video.
And Pauly Shore.
Again, Pauly Shore.
And then the end of the video where they're all just kind of in the room and Redman's there, and it's just like
the video's this Shaolin fight, dude, Wu-Tang style, straight up. But it is done in a way where like 36 Chambers was in no way kind of like goofy. It was a little self-deprecating in the way they're kind of bagging on each other, the guys from Wu-Tang, but it was never like goofy. It was never like tongue in cheek. It was never like a metaphor for being something kind of just stupid. It was always very serious. This is the first time we've seen like the Wu-Tang concept thing be kind of goofy and stupid, and you laugh at it, but it's done in a way that you're not making fun of it. You're laughing with, not at.
Solid video, solid song, and like I mentioned earlier, the transition from Rearranged to End Together Now, perfect. It's so good.
So fucking good. Perfect. It's seamless.
It is absolutely seamless. And fucking Fred Durst directed all these videos too. Another thing, like how involved he is with the band's everything, it's their promotion, their marketing, their videos. Like you don't see that with a lot of bands, having one of the members or multiple members be so involved in everything.
And this one, like specifically, right? So like how do you get Method Man, who like owes his entire career to like RZA and the Wu-Tang family, how do you get him to kind of make fun of that in a way that's not going to piss anybody off, and it's only going to pay homage to and like build that legacy? And this video is perfectly directed. All the little like cutting that little bush into the Wu-Tang W. Because you can't just make fun of the Wu-Tang. This is fucking late 90s. You don't make fun of Wu-Tang. You just don't.
Yeah, you're right.
You can't.
It's great stuff. So here's a little bit of End Together Now from Limp Bizkit. Where are you? There we go. And just the shut the fuck up part too.
Shut the fuck up.
I remember hearing that for the first time and thinking, what the I was so perplexed. Like, how is this even a song? It's one of those moments where you've just never heard anything like it, and you're just instantly obsessed with it because you can't associate it with anything else. I
remember hearing this song and I thought, damn, like they took a straight hip hop like hook, like the chorus, and whereas like normal choruses or hooks and hip hop things would be like, they would say something there, something of meaning, something that would tie the verses together. This is just like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. And you hear Premier like scratching it kind of a little bit. But it's like, why don't more hip hop artists do this? Why does a hook have to be so melodic with words? Just like focus on what they are saying in a melody sense, but not what they're saying in a word sense, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Also, going back to the beginning of the song where Fred, I don't even know what does he say? Mia? Mia. Like, You know
And
what
then
I'm
the
talking
very, very beginning,
about? And the within the first 5 seconds.
which is like DJ. I think he's
Did he say
I
DJ
think he's
Premier?
supposed to say DJ Premier, but he goes Premier,
Yeah. It's so ugly. It's
DJ.
so fucking ugly.
Premier. So he's saying like DJ. and then
Okay.
Premier.
Okay. It's so
Who
bad.
could be
It's
the
so
boss?
bad.
Look up to the cross, stranded in the land of the lost.
It's a great song, man. Great song. So do we have anything else on this one?
No,
Oh man. And that was your 3B, correct?
that was my 3B.
All right, my 3B is Trust. Trust.
Trust is one of those songs I think is a forgotten B. I think it's a
Yeah.
forgotten song. I think it's not. It's my 7B, but I think it's not
No.
oft talked about enough.
It isn't, and I feel like it's one of the more unique songs. Actually, I think it's the most unique song on the record that is not a single. It has that weird intro where he goes, what does he say? He just says backstabbers, but the way he says backstabbers is so funky and just stupid.
And dude, I think it's a fucking perfect fucking transition from End Together Now. Absolute perfect transition.
You're right, because it still has that goofiness of End Together Now, but then it just drops so heavy, man. That when everything kicks in, that heavy riff, Jesus, that heavy riff with. I don't think it's I don't think it's a guitar. Just that really high note being hit. I think it's Lethal doing something to kind of accent that big heavy riff is fucking solid. I don't know. And then just the verses themselves are really heavy. Fred screaming, the big guitars. The chorus is actually very catchy, even though it's as heavy as it is. It's still super catchy. The breakdown, the bridge, super tight rhythm section. And then it's just this song is really, really good. This is another, like you said, this is a song that I forget about a lot. So,
There's two parts of this song that makes this like a B, like a forgotten song, like a top tier Limp Bizkit song. I love the repetitive like staccato riffage that little fucking riff thing does, like Wes he does right before the chorus.
I know what you're talking about.
That little high part thing that he does, and like the bridge, dude. This bridge is so fucking obnoxious. Dirt is such a snotty little shit. Like this is this is like one of the most snotty like times he's ever been like on a song. It's so fucking annoying. He's so annoying, and I just can't help but like smile and like, God damn, I love you so much. And then like John Otto, dude, like riding that hi hat during the bridge, dude. It's so crisp.
It's so crisp and so tight.
This is a banger.
It is.
It's a fucking banger.
It needs to be higher. I don't know why it's so low. I don't get it.
I don't know about that, dude. But
It is pretty low, dude.
I ranked this
and
my number
also
one album. That's not a big
remember,
deal,
there is a question mark at the end of this. Or
I know
the
that's
name of the song.
like
So
why
it's
that's so stupid.
Trust. You have to,
Because it doesn't even like. I don't know.
it's stupid.
It is stupid because like the lyrics. It's like, come on, bro. Like just I don't trust nobody and nobody trusts me. Like, come on.
He's just talking about. He's just calling out, the two-faced people being shitty and being backstabbers. That's what the song's about. That's all it's about. So he has trust issues. So it's all about trust, just like that. Do you just want to play it and then we can kind of move on? Because we haven't even talked about Nookie yet. One of the bigger singles on this. So here's a bit of Trust, the forgotten banger from Significant Other by the Limp Bizkits. From Significant Other. Do we have anything else on this song? Should we move on?
What's the other like phrase or word you or we say where there's a question mark at the end of it?
Oh, it's
There's something, right?
it's an album. It's an album name. What was it?
Like huh? Oh, Pennywise, Land of the Free.
Land of the
That's what
Free.
it is. So annoying.
That's so obnoxious. God damn. Land of the Free.
Yep. Trust.
Yeah. Trust?
Because nobody
Okay.
even says questions like that. That's annoying.
Don't put a fucking question mark there. I love it.
Yeah. So that was your 3B?
Yeah, say that with a harder question mark too.
That was your 3B?
3B?
Ew.
You got to do the head tilt too, like your dog.
I did.
I did too, and I hated it.
Yeah, 3B, and you furrow your brow and you 3B.
Yeah. So over
For
the
some
top.
reason, your voice gets higher pitched.
Oh, I hate it. I hate it. Okay,
We
so
got to at least get through Nookie.
yeah, we got Nookie, and then also the one with JD with Jonathan, my boy Jonathan Davis.
That's fine. We can talk about that one too.
Okay, let's get into. Actually, okay, let's do this. Let's round out. Let's do Nobody Like You, do Nookie, round it out with Nookie as a song, and then get into the album artwork briefly, and then round it out with our final thoughts. Sound
Gotcha.
good? That good?
That's good. I like it.
Okay, Nobody Like You. Where does this sit for you?
This is so there's songs on here that I think are just they're fun. They excite me. I'm glad they're there, but I wouldn't be mad if they weren't there. But I don't ever skip them, so I don't want to call them filler, but they're not bangers either. And Nobody Like You is there.
Nobody Like You. Okay, this is my 4B. Like I said,
Oh
this one
my
has
god,
Jonathan
Why?
Davis.
How?
I think it's a really good. I think the riff is really good. I like all the singing on it too. I mean, it's nice to hear. I kind of like the back and forth between Jonathan Davis and Fred. I think that's nice. And then they kind of have their own parts too. It's a little goofy with Jonathan Davis because he's doing that Jonathan Davis thing where he had this very unique style during like in 1998, 1999, where he did this kind of like whisper singing, and he does it a lot on this song, but I like it as it's like a fun throwback for me. And Scott Weiland, I did not realize this is Scott Weiland until this week. He does like pretty much all the vocals during the chorus. And I always thought, dude, Fred sounds pretty, I thought like Fred sounds pretty damn good. And then I realized, oh, it's Scott Weiland, and okay, because he can actually sing. I'm not a fan of him, but the guy can
he can. Do you want me to do you want me to sing like Scott Weiland sings or sung?
do it.
It's fucked up.
That's fucked up, dude.
Yeah, because I'm Scott Weiland and I fucking sing like this on everything that I do. But if you put a lot of verb on him, he's like, ah! Kind of like a Chris Cornell, but not a good singer, but more of a like middle road, okay singer.
Okay.
But no, did they did it better on Follow Leader. They did this better
God,
on
I can't
Follow
believe
Leader.
you just said that.
And it wasn't, like All in the Family wasn't that great of a song.
Oh man.
But they did it better on Follow Leader. This is like you're almost there, man. Like just take it there. Take it there. Why didn't you take it there? That's my question to JD and Fred Durst.
Well, because they already did it. They already did. They did it a year before on Follow the Leader.
Then
Why
do
would
it
they do it again?
better. Then do it better. Why did you do it again then?
They didn't do it again. They didn't make this song sounds nothing like All in the Family. All in the Family was done, which we'll get into in a couple weeks.
They're
but
joke
they
track.
did it as a joke.
This is a joke track.
This is
a
this
joke
is
track
not really
too.
a joke track. No,
This
this
is
is
a
more.
joke
This is more
track.
serious. This is more serious.
This is a JT.
This is a JT. JD's JT. Also, the chorus I feel hits pretty hard. I really think that chorus is catchy. Honestly, I think this is one of the better things Scott Weiland has ever done, outside of that one Velvet Revolver song, which is actually really good. I think it's, what is it called? Slither. I think that first single that they put out was actually a really good song. But anyway, the bridge is a little weird, but I really like John's drum solo. It's really fucking solid.
That's
it's
like
so
my
tight.
favorite part of the song too.
It's fucking.
He just goes
sick.
absolutely fucking nuts.
Yeah, and it makes no sense.
Fantastic.
And then everybody starts like singing and kind of screaming at the same time, and that builds and builds and builds,
Oh.
and it's fucking chaos. That bridge is absolute fucking chaos, and I love
God
it.
forbid.
And then it drops right back down into that chorus, and it's the stop and go of the guitars in that chorus. When they're singing, I'm not even gonna try to sing like Scott, but.
I'm Scott Weiland. I sing like this all the time.
But he doesn't sing like that on here. He sings more
Because it's
as
so verbed up. There's so much like echo and delay and verb on his fucking
And
voice.
you know
Sounds like he's
what?
a million miles away.
And you know what? That's fine. Who cares? Who
I thought it was
cares?
Fred Durst for probably fucking 45 years.
That's what I said. I said I thought it was Fred Durst until this week.
I did too, though, to be fair.
And I always thought like how good, like Fred sounds really good on this fucking song. And then no, it's not at all. And then come to find out Fred is like praised Scott for like kind of giving him vocal lessons and stuff during the recordings, because I guess they were recording in the same building. So Scott was always coming over and watching them record and stuff and write music, and probably doing a shit ton of drugs. But
Oh, dude, for sure. But also, God forbid you have a song that features Jonathan Davis and he doesn't say the word. What do you say?
Go?
Go.
Oh, it's so good. But his goes are fucking good.
They're the best goes I've ever heard.
Man, just that one quick
Vandals
word.
are close second, but JD's got the best goes.
Wait, who was second?
The Vandals.
Oh,
Go,
that's true.
Go, go.
Yeah, JD's got the best goes for
Those
sure.
are good goes. Those are good goes.
Oh man, what a song, man! I'm not gonna play it because you're being a little bitch about it, but
It's good. It's a good song. I like it. I enjoy
that
listening
is
to it. I would never skip it. Wouldn't be mad if it wasn't there.
okay, all right.
Just
So
saying.
let's get into Nookie then.
Look at
'cause
my
we all
4B.
we all did it for the Nookie. Where did that's my 6B. Nookie is my 6B.
We're being funny guys. Okay, gotcha.
It's not that much. It's not that big of a difference from your B.
That's two. Nookie's my
Okay.
4B.
Every time you say Nookie, I think you're saying Mickey. And it's
Nookie.
been bothering me the entire
Nookie?
night.
Like,
Yeah,
am I
it sounds like you're saying
Nick-
Mickey, like Mickey
but
Mouse.
like with
yeah.
Mickey?
Yeah.
Did it all for the Mickey. Nah, I don't know. Nookie.
Yeah. Okay, so what do you got on this
Nookie. You want that hard O's, right? The ooh, Nookie.
one? Nookie. Sound
It's
like
like
a
fucking Ramstein. I did it for Nookie.
you sound Russian. You don't even sound German at all. Like an over the top Russian.
That was pretty Russian, huh?
That was extremely Russian, yeah.
That was my best German, was being a Russian.
I mean, you are great at the accents. I mean, look at all the King's
Dude,
English that you throw around.
absolutely. I can do like 4 accents, which includes my own. Dude, no, come on, Nookie. Sick intro. Instantly recognizable. Just as
Yeah.
much as break stuff is, just because Nookie, like, it's just fun. It's fun. These verses are so funky. They're wild. This pre-chorus does a good job at making the chorus drop extra hard. And this song is just pure fun and excitement. Like for me, it's all about that falling riff in the chorus. That little falling thing, that little falling melody, that falling riff that it does.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I know.
Instead of like a crescendo, it descends downward.
Yeah.
That riff, I love how it doesn't match anything. Like it doesn't match anything what Fred's doing, doesn't match the melody, doesn't match anything, but it's melodic because of that contrast. And the Bizkit, like I said earlier, does a lot of good contrast. The highs, the lows, the fast, the smalls. I don't know, smalls, shorts, whatever.
What I also love is the simplicity of John's drumming from the verse into the intro into the big heavy part, and from the verses into the chorus. Just the simple snare hits, the simple straightforward snare hits. He doesn't do anything to church it up. It's absolutely fucking perfect. It's great. And also, toward the second half of each of the verses, the thing that Wes plays, it's just that those like kind of single, I think they're just single clean guitar notes that bump 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 bump.
Oh yeah, but
Just-
those are funky though.
They are funky, but it's
Almost
so,
like he's slapping it. That's something you would
Yes.
hear from a bass player who was slapping the bass.
but it's fucking Wes. It's and he only
Maybe he is slapping though.
Oh, he could be. Yeah, he could be. But it's he doesn't do it through the whole verse. He only does it on the latter half of the verses. He hits those notes, and then fucking John comes in with that fucking snare, and it just explodes. And oh my god, dude! And then the pre-chorus, the like a chump, hey, like a chump, hey, mixing the vocals with the DJ scratch, the DJ. It's dude, there's so much going on in this song that it never gets enough credit. People only focus on the stupid lyrics, but the complexity of the song is insane.
And even
there's a lot.
even the lyrics, right? Like
yeah.
This is the poster child for like Limp Bizkit misogyny, is that he did it for the Nookie because he did it all to hook up with somebody. It's like, no, man,
No, it's not that. It's the opposite.
that's not what
of
this
that.
fucking song is about at all.
Yeah.
Like he's telling you that he got fucked over. Like he got his heart torn out. She put his tender heart in a blender, as Eve 6 would say. Like she fucked him over hardcore. And he's telling you that the reason he did it because he was infatuated with her. And he got fucked over hard. And that is still to this day never talked about.
Yep. And I mean, honestly, the lyrics are some of the more serious lyrics on the record.
They are.
But because it's the word nookie and it's so weird. And then from what I read, the story is that this was actually just like a working title for the song. It was never intended to be the actual song name. And it was brought up by Wes because they had there was like a porno mag that was around the studio or something like that. And the title of it was Nookie. And he said, oh, wouldn't this be funny if we just named this song, the working title, Nookie? And it stuck. It never went away.
So good.
Yeah. So that's just what it is. And it sucks, man, because this song is way better than people give it credit for. It really, really is.
It is. Even though it's like such a massive single, it really is better than that. It deserves better than that.
Oh, 100%. And the chorus, man, it's so simple. I did it all for the nookie. Yeah, the nookie. So you could take the cookie and stick it up your stick it up your That's the fucking chorus. How fucking dumb is that?
So dumb.
But it's so catchy.
Childish and silly.
It's so much fun to sing. To sing the yas. It's singing the yas that it's like the gang vocal part of it. That's another thing too. It's the gang vocals. What other Limp Bizkit song has that? None.
That's true.
You can't tell me. No other Limp Bizkit song has the gang vocal.
You can't tell me. Didn't even let me fucking try and tell you. Can't tell me.
I know you can't.
Like MC Hammer over here. Can't tell me.
That was a bad joke, dude.
What? Hold on there, dude.
I'm just happy. I'm excited right now. I'm happy to be here.
It's funny because it's just this. I was very much looking forward to Limp Bizkit, doing Limp Bizkit on the pod, and as I was explaining some things earlier, I was kind of thinking in my mind. I was like, "Damn, I'm explaining this. I'm explaining this in a way that a drunk person would explain how much they love Limp Bizkit, and it's coming off terribly." As I'm saying this right now, it also is coming off terribly.
Yeah, what are you trying to say? Like you got way too serious for like no reason, and now I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't know either.
What are you trying to say?
I don't know. I lost my train of thought. Oh my God, I'm fucking crying because it's so stupid. Yeah. Well,
I have no idea what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm just happy. Man, we do some albums on the pod sometimes, and they hit that chord. They tug on your heartstrings just in that way that is perfect, like nostalgia, perfect fun, perfect, just great music, right?
Yeah.
And I think Limp Bizkit hits harder for us because we've been such an advocate for so long.
True.
It's like a band that we really do hold like near and dear to our heart, and I get mad at people that like shit talk them, and it ends with like, well, why do you think that? And they can never explain, they can never articulate why they hate Limp Bizkit and the reasons that they just said they hate Limp Bizkit for, and that's what bothers me the most. Like, there's really no other band that is like that.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. They're unfairly judged.
They're judged. Yeah.
You know, this made me think about Saturday when I was at the party. I was talking to a friend of the pod, Angel, and his little brother David was there too, who I'd never actually met before, but really cool guy. And he said he's going to listen to the pod. And we were talking about the podcast, and I said, oh yeah, we're in new metal, we're doing new metal season, and we just did Sugar Ray. And Angel was like, what? Why would you do Sugar Ray? What does that have to do with new metal?
Well,
I said,
hold on there,
I said, well, hold on there, Angel. Hold on, dude. You've obviously never heard the first 3 Sugar Ray records. And he's like, well, no, I haven't. I said, go listen to them. It'll change your mind, and you'll actually really, really like the band. And he just did not believe me whatsoever. And that's fine. That's fine, Angel.
It's unfortunate. That this is our society. This is the way music is pressed on us. And I wonder if Angel's little brother, because Angel's little brother is the one that got me into dubstep, and I think like our entire group into dubstep was at that house that Angel and Brian and Kevin lived in.
Mm-hmm.
That house, that was the first time I ever heard like dubstep. That was the first time I ever heard Skrillex. Like before Skrillex blew up was because of Angel's brother. And I don't know how many brothers he has, but I know he's a sister. But
it's just the one brother. It's just the one brother.
And that's him. That's the fucking guy, dude. That's the guy that introduced us to dubstep.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. He's really fucking funny too. Like Angel's really quiet and funny, but very quiet and subtle. But his brother is much more of an extrovert and just will make fun of everybody. He was really funny on Saturday. Never met the guy. At least as far as I can remember.
I've not seen him since fucking 2009. I think he was.
What?
No.
What?
No. I thought he was there in Ohio when we went, but he wasn't there in Ohio.
Oh, okay.
Ohio's
I always forget that you took that crazy road trip out to Ohio.
It was only crazy because of the third party that we went with, not because Angel and I went on the road trip. It was because we took somebody else that was like, what the fuck? How did that happen?
Wild card.
I had only met her like a handful of times. Not even a handful of times, like 2.
Yeah, that was
And it was like, hey, we're going on a road trip. You want to come? When are you leaving? Tomorrow? Okay, I guess I'll drive 40 hours across the United States with you.
I know it's such a long drive.
Without stopping.
It's such a long, stupid drive.
Yeah, it was nuts.
To Ohio. And it's not like you're even going to I don't even think you went to Cleveland, right? Like you went to like some small town, right?
We went to Loveland, Ohio. So
much smaller.
I don't even remember what the fuck that is, but like 30 minutes out of Cincinnati. Loveland. Dope trip, but like we didn't stop. We didn't spend the night at all. We just drove straight. We took 4-hour shifts.
Fuck, man. I'm even that 18-hour drive we did up to Portland that one time with me, you, and Ronald slept the whole time.
He didn't do anything.
That was rough, man. That 18-hour drive was fucking
because there was 2 of us, not 3 of us.
Yeah.
That little fucker. All you
fucking sat in the back and slept, or laid down and slept in the back seat.
It was still a bitch when we want to go out.
I know. God. And we still went out till like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
That night, Showed up in a fucking blizzard. Showed up in a fucking blizzard and still partied all night.
Those are your 20s, dude.
Well, you're right, dude. Can't do that anymore.
You only need 4 hours of sleep. That's fine. 4 hours of sleep and Domino's pizza. That's all I need.
Yep. That's all you need, baby. All right, Nookie. We don't need to play this, right?
We don't need to play. Everybody's fucking heard it. I know you want to get into the album art before we go. There's one thing I'll mention about the album art.
Okay, yeah. What do you got on that?
Well, somebody had brought it up recently that if you look at the album art in the bottom left corner, there's a light. There's a light outlet, just an electrical outlet, like from a home, right? Like where you plug your shit into.
Oh yeah.
And I just like, why would you ever look for that in the bottom left corner in the very back behind all this stuff? But it made it seem like because I didn't make it seem this was done in somebody's house on a wall, like in somebody's fucking house. Like I always thought this was just like a computer generated thing. This wasn't a real thing. This wasn't real graffiti. This wasn't anything other than somebody just kind of did this on their on Microsoft Paint or whatever back in 99. Was Microsoft Paint a thing in 99? Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was. Oh yeah. That was like the OG.
That's just what I always thought this was. But then when I saw somebody post like, "Oh, dude, you ever notice that fucking outlet in Significant Other?" I was like, "No." And then it made me like who fucking did this? And like somebody like actually tagged it with spray cans and shit on a massive wall inside a house. Like this is actual, I don't know, spray canned. I don't want to call it tagging because that's kind of like
it's graffiti. It's graffiti art.
Is graffiti kind of also a negative connotation there?
It can be, but it's considered graffiti art. It's a style. It isn't a legitimate
graffiti
art style.
styled art, and it's I don't know that whole light switch thing in the bottom left like really threw me for a loop, and I cannot believe that has been there for so long, and I've never noticed it until honestly like a year ago, maybe not even a year ago.
I never knew about that until you said it, and then when you look it up on YouTube, there's a video of the guy painting it on the wall. And yeah, this is all actual graffiti art, and the picture is way bigger than what you see on the album art. Like it's much bigger, and yeah, dude, it's super fucking rad.
It's so cool.
It's down to I think it's like a 5-minute video, and it's like a time lapse. Yeah, time lapse of him making the mural. But it's a guy named Mir1. He's the artist, and he I guess he's fairly famous. He's from LA, and his name is Mir One. But yeah, it's fucking legit, man. Super super cool stuff. But I wanted to bring it up because, like you, I thought it was just like a computer generated thing. I had no idea it was a real piece of art.
Well, this is cool that after fucking 1999, 2022 is when I discovered it.
Yeah.
23 years later, like I'm discovering something new about an album that I've listened to hundreds of times.
You're right. You are right.
Crazy. It's crazy.
Yep.
Wow.
All right, so let's wrap it up. Let's give our final thoughts on Significant Other and then rate it based off of our world famous 3-point rating system, where 3 is a perfect album, 2 is a good album you're going to continue to listen to, 1 is a bad album but give it a shot, and 0 is the worst thing you've ever heard. So what do you got, Jeff? Go.
Limp Bizkit will probably never achieve the same clout as Korn, in the way that Korn, like nobody takes, I shouldn't say nobody, people don't take Korn as seriously as they do Limp Bizkit, in the way that's even also wrong, kind of. Here's what I got.
Start
people
over.
don't that was me rewinding. People don't dissect Korn the way they do Limp Bizkit. People don't like pick faults at Korn the way they do Limp Bizkit. People see Korn and say, "Oh yeah, what you kind of see is what you get," even though that's not the case. I get it, but that's what the vast majority of people see. With Limp Bizkit, it's always like, "Oh, well, like, why the fuck did he do this? Why did they do this? Why did they sound like this?" There's always so many fucking things that they talk about Limp Bizkit that they're missing the point. Yeah. And it's like, why is it so specific to Limp Bizkit? Because no other nu metal band, look at fucking like System, Linkin Park, dude, like any other nu metal band, like no one has ever like dissected them the way people dissect Limp Bizkit. And it's not even that Fred is this outspoken kind of like douchey front man. He's really not. He's no more crazy than any other just normal, A-S tier front man. He's always in the publicity because they're fucking huge. They sell millions of copies.
Yeah.
So I don't know why people dissect Limp Bizkit the way they do, but I think it's completely unfair. I think it's completely unfair, especially when you dissect Limp Bizkit and you cherry pick what you fucking want to hear. When you cherry pick that, yes, this band is sexist. This band is adhering to just like a specific type of crowd. It's like, well, yeah, dude. Like when you fucking just break stuff at face value, when you do all these other things at face value, when you see the video for Roland and you say, oh, this guy's sold out and he's just an NSYNC ripoff. It's like, come on, man. Come on,
totally
man.
Totally missing the point.
Like, Jesus Christ. Come on, dude.
Every part of that Roland video, too, is a joke. The way they're driving the car, just the over-the-top aspect of that video, it's crazy that anybody took it seriously.
And the fact they did it twice on the same album.
I know, yeah.
Oh, right, baby. Keep on rolling. It's that breath that goes, it's like a monkey. But yeah, I think Limp Bizkit is so vastly underrated, so underappreciated, so misunderstood. Mm-hmm. Maybe one of like the most misunderstood bands of our generation, if not the most misunderstood bands of our generation.
That's not a stretch.
They deserve more. They deserve more. I think this album is perfect, man. I think this album is perfect in every way, shape, and form. I think even the songs that you think maybe aren't as good as the other songs, I think they are that great. I think the song with JD, which is not one of my B's, but it's not a stinker, but it's not a skippable track. I think it does something. I think it serves a purpose. This entire album is methodical from beginning to end. It was well thought out. There were things happening on it that defined nu metal. I think Limp Bizkit is as important to nu metal as Korn are. I think they absolutely are. I think if Korn's Korn, we'll whatever later on. Spoilers. Korn's Korn is that's it. That's the bee's knees. That is the defining album for nu metal, without a doubt, no matter what. But I think Limp Bizkit, Limp Bizkit is just as important if it wasn't for Korn's Korn.
Correct.
Korn's Korn's number 1, Limp Bizkit's number 2, and then we can go to number 3 after that.
So you give this a perfect 3 out of 3. Significant
because
Other
it
is
just
3 out of 3.
because it does more. It does more for the genre, for music, for choreography, even in a rock star status, for production, for bandmates being involved in the production, the standpoint, in the music video, filming, and everything. Like, this is it's so much more important than anything else.
I agree, man. I agree. And kind of this will go into my wrap up, that you brought up Linkin Park and you know, people didn't talk about them as much, and it's crazy to me that Linkin Park is not criticized the way that Limp Bizkit is, because Linkin Park are not a good band. I mean, Chester,
Band.
Chester was a great singer. Don't get me wrong; he's fucking an amazing vocalist. Outside of that, the musicianship, the music in that band is mediocre at best. The drummer can barely play the drums. Can barely hold a beat. The bass player is almost non-existent in the mix. The guitar playing is bland and boring. All they have are their melodies. That's it. That's all. But yet people absolutely love Linkin Park because they are a superficial band. They had the look, the edgier image. They had the pop sensibilities. So people loved him for that, but they didn't have the musicianship. And that is one of the most frustrating things for me, because Limp Bizkit are leaps and bounds better than Linkin Park overall. Overall, they are leaps and bounds better. Chester is just honestly, seriously the best part of that band.
And a perfect example too. Just interrupt there, dude.
Well, no, go for it.
You listen to like Mike Shinoda. He sounds awkward, dude. He sounds weird. Shinoda. He sounds weird next to other rappers. You put fucking Fred Durst next to 1990s again. I cannot understate how great Method Man, Wu-Tang was in the 90s. You put Fred next to Method, he holds up. He can go toe to toe with one of the greats. You put Mike next to anybody, he sounds fucking weird. He sounds like a child. He sounds out of place.
And the
like,
thing
what are you
is,
doing here?
Has Mike Shinoda really collaborated with any other like major hip hop artists? I don't think he has. Even with Fort Minor. Like the Fort Minor stuff was only, as far as I remember, Fort Minor is that one record is only him. I don't think he really had anybody guest star or anybody huge in the hip hop scene guest star with him. Like, he's not a bad rapper, but it's not like he's like, I don't know. He's like Linkin Park. He's very generic. Yeah,
his rapping is very, very generic. It's good because it hits that downbeat every single time. It's fine, whatever. Dime a dozen.
But it's vanilla. It's the Foo Fighters of nu metal. That's what they are. The Foo Fighters of nu metal.
For sure.
And no disrespect to Foo Fighters. But
no, 100% disrespect to Foo Fighters. Yes.
But no, Significant Other. I agree, man. This is something that deserves more credit. It added so. It's not even just the nu metal scene. It's rock music in general. What they were able to accomplish on this record. I mean, okay, so the first week, this record sold over 600,000 copies in the United States alone. The second week, it sold over 300,000 records. I mean, that is astonishing for a record where people say they hate it. They went out and bought the CDs. This is before streaming, you know. This is where you're only buying CDs, really, because nobody was buying cassettes or vinyl really anymore. So this is all fucking CDs. And yeah, dude, you know, fuck everybody. Fuck them all. This record's fucking awesome, dude. Fuck people who don't like, oh, that's mean. Because I don't really mean that, but you know, you're fucking wrong. If you say this record's bad, you're wrong. You're flat out wrong. You're
stupid and wrong.
You've never listened to the record. That's how I know
stupid,
you're wrong.
Wrong, and I hate you.
If you had listened to it, you would agree with me and me only. Anyway, yeah, I don't know, man. Dude, we've really milked this one. We've really gotten into a lot of this shit.
We just love talking about Limp Bizkit
because they're too goddamn good. But yeah, dude, this is a perfect 3 out of 3. Come on, man. There's only one record I would not give a perfect 3 out of 3.
I was just gonna say
and that's
that.
Resolve May Vary.
I think I would give all of the records.
Yeah,
even Unquestionable Truth is on the record. I would think I would give all of the records a perfect 3
because Unquestionable Truth was so unique. It would not. It was like man. It was almost like this combination of nu metal and conscious hip hop. Because the way Fred was rapping on that was very conscious hip hop esque, you know what I mean? He wasn't
Man,
doing the goofy things. He wasn't doing the the high pitched stuff. He wasn't doing any of that shit. He was just straight up, let's just rap and that's it. That's all.
God, I really hope I get a box set. I just want a box set so bad.
I know, that would be so sick. But yeah, perfect 3 out of 3 for me on Significant Other. Do we have anything else on this record?
No, that's it. That's all. And I'm excited to do Limp Bizkit again at some point.
Next week, right? Yeah.
If you want to, we will.
No,
it's fine.
No. We're all good. We're all good. So yeah, thank you all for listening. Thank you for checking out New Metal Season, because we got some great shit up next the next couple weeks. So stay tuned for that, and give us 5 stars. And that's it. That's all.
Make sure there's more.
It's not bad. Like I said, it's not bad, dude.
Baby girl, why you tease me?
It's not a bad song or bad band. It's just, it's not for me, dude. It's not for me, dude.
Rivers Cuomo's bass line is crazy deep, melodic, and it goes somewhere. And the song just stops, right? These guys do the stop and go so well. This song just stops, and there's this hip hop part in the middle. Dude, that sounded weird. Hip hop pop in the middle.
Hip hop.
It always comes back to the King's English. Always.
Always back to the King's English. Right?
Whenever you make a mistake in your own native tongue, you just blame the King's English for some reason. Terrible. There's a little hip hop part in the middle of the song that just it's like everybody stop.
It's ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous.
Fuck, this album is so good. I didn't like new metal. This album is so good.
Shut up. Stop saying you don't like new metal. You fucking love it. You're trying so hard to not like something, but I know you like it. That's why you got through New Metal Season so quickly, because you fucking love it. Or you've gone through all these records.
I've listened to 20 records already during New Metal Season.
That simple drum beat, it gets me so pumped all the fucking time. And then it breaks into everybody, just drops in with that big heavy riff. Dude. Oh my God. Do you know where you are?
You took it, dude. Where'd you take it?
It's so fucking good.
Where'd you take it?
It's so good.
Where'd John Otto take it?
To the Matthews Bridge, of course.
To the Matthews Bridge, baby. I don't know what the fuck the Matthews Bridge is. What was that? I don't remember.
I think we looked it up, but I don't remember what it was either.
So stupid.
It's so really
stupid.
But goddamn, dude, that transition into that verse, dude, with Borland playing that guitar riff.
Oh my God.
It's like some Rage Against the Machine shit, but way fucking better. It's like what Tom Morello wishes he could have done with some Rage songs, but Wes he fucking nailed it. He fucking nailed it.
Okay.
But no, come on. The remix version of Rollin'.
Are you kidding
that
me?
song.
The barking? Are you joking me? Are you joking my ass right now?
It's so stupid. It's so stupid.
Oh my God, dude. What
that is my least favorite.
That one is. Good
That's
Lord.
my least favorite song on the record.
I only listen to this album so I can get to that song. It ain't no joke. So you should get a pen. Write yourself a little note so you don't forget again. I like how he's trying so hard just to sound like so gangster. It's so hard when he sings just those first 2 lines. I thought it was named Tykel, like T-I-C-L, like Tykel, but it's Tikal. As he says it. Nah, I don't know. Nikki.
Okay, Nuki, so what do you got on this
Nuki. one? You want that hard O's, right? The ooh, Nuki.
Sound
like fucking Rammstein. I did it for Nuki.
You sound Russian. You don't even sound German at all. Like an over-the-top Russian.
That was pretty Russian, huh?
That was extremely Russian, yeah.
That was my best German, was being a Russian.
I mean, you are great at the accents. I mean, look at all the King's English that you throw around.
Absolutely. I can do like 4 accents, which includes my own.
That's another thing, too. It's the gang vocals. What other Limp Bizkit song has that? None.
That's true.
You can't tell me. No other Limp Bizkit song has the gang vocals.
You can't tell me. Didn't even let me fucking try and tell you. Can't tell me.
I know you can't.